Okay, this is in,
Donohue?
yeah, on who?
Lonzo.
Lozano, Donohue and Kirk and Donohue, is that correct? Got a lot of people there. And we have,
Yes.
we have Mr. Page there. Are you there, Mr.?
Yes.
Okay, and we also
Yes, I
have,
am.
we have someone from Mr. Knowles' office, is that correct? Ms. Roberts, are you from, with Mr. Knowles? Are you?
Yes, yes, Your Honor, I represent Mr. Donohue.
All right, this is the time set for a hearing on the, first of all, Mr. Page's motion to withdraw and for instructions relative to the $7,500 that is held in his trust account, and also for a request by the wife that she receive $5,000 in preliminary support. I didn't see an affidavit of financial conditions. I mean, I don't know that I think the sum is patently inappropriate. I don't have an affidavit of financial conditions. Is there some reason?
Her financial condition has remained the same since the last one was filed.
All right.
However, the rule requires, Your Honor, that Mr. Page provide a financial, which we outlined, I believe, in the opposition, that has to be included in the motion, and if not, then it's grounds to deny it.
The rule also indicates that there's been no change in the circumstances, that it would be duplicative, have to simply add one for the sake of adding one.
Well,
The rule says it has to be stated in the motion why, and the last FDF that I have for the plaintiff is from 2018, unless I missed one, and it's a very large file, Your Honor, but the last one that I have is from 2018.
well, let me see if we can you pull that up for me, the last affidavit of financial conditions, and print out a copy for me? Let me see, have a look at it. Mr. Page, you can withdraw, there really being no objection as to the $7,500. I think my intention would be that you hold on to it until another attorney comes in.
That's okay. I'm just looking for instruction as what to do with the money.
Any
Now, as to
objection
the
to that, Ms. Roberts?
$7,500.
Ms. Roberts, any objection to that?
Our proposal is that $7,500 simply be given to her, and she can decide how she chooses to spend it, and then that would negate the need for the $5,000.
Well, then she would.
But if the court wants to do it that way, Your Honor, whatever the court decides is fine from my perspective.
Let me see what I'm going to do here.
Your Honor, excuse me. May I please have a word, Your Honor?
Your representative, yes, what would you like to say, ma'am?
Sir, I agree with Mr. Page withdrawing.
All right.
I have tried, with failure, I have tried to seek other counsels to represent me, but my not soon enough to be ex has made the case very, very difficult to where no other attorney would represent me. We've been dragged for years, my children and I. We've been living basically like gypsies.
Okay, ma'am, I first of all, is your, I'm afraid that I know enough about, ma'am, listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Your representation that no attorney will represent you, if there is a sense that you've gone to some other attorney and they said no, is simply not true. I mean, there are who knows how many thousands of attorneys out there, and there are plenty that would represent you. You just have to go contact someone.
I've asked, sir, to negotiate the case. I've asked through Mr. Page and former attorney to mediate the case.
It's not the accounting. It's a financial disclosure form is what you're looking for. What day was that?
It was filed July 17th of 2018, Your Honor.
Okay, July 7th or July of 2018. It'll be a financial disclosure form. we got a trial date in April. Okay, thank you. Are there any children in this marriage?
Two.
Two?
Yes, Your Honor, there are two children. Two children.
Yes, there they are. And is this request for the children too? Are we including, is this request for the children and the wife, or is it just simply a request for the children? Or is it simply a request for the wife and we're getting another son for the children?
It was more, thank you.
I understood it, Your Honor. I'm sorry I didn't hear Mr. Page, but this is Ms. Roberts. I understood it as a request to pay her bills on behalf of herself, which would include those for the children.
How much is child support? Has child support been set in this case?
It is. It's $200 per month. Mr. Donohue is an attorney, Your Honor, but he was in a horrific accident in I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019, and he's not currently working as an attorney.
Your Honor, he has not paid child support this month so far.
But all he's required to pay is $200 a month?
Correct, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he is working. He is working off record.
What are we going to do? The request is $5,000 because there are separate funds that can be utilized. His separate funds can be utilized for the benefit of spousal and child support. So I'm going to grant the request for $5,000. It is anticipated that that will cover the period between now and the trial. It will be in addition to the amount payable for child support. The court expects that to be paid within 30 days, and child support to continue at the rate that the court previously set. Relative to the attorney's fees, Mr. Page, the court will direct that you turn those over to any attorney that substitutes in as and for attorney's fees, and the trial date will stand.
Your Honor,
Just so the record is clear, I went as to the $7,500 in interim fees that was paid. There's about a balance of $3,000 or so left because we've utilized that for various bits and pieces of work that have gone on in the case since it was received.
Well, I want you to file an accounting.
Of course.
And then turn over the balance of the fees to an attorney who substitutes in for the mother. If not, we'll deal with the issue at trial, but I don't want the attorney's fees to be dissipated, which appears that...
Your Honor, we're homeless.
that sort of is,
I have a job, Your Honor, but with little money I have, I cannot afford an apartment. I'm sleeping on the floor. My kids are aging out.
ma'am,
Your
I think
Honor.
what you did was you asked me for $5,000. I gave it to you.
No, my attorney put that amount. I was seeking more money for a rental apartment, at least a one-bedroom apartment, Your Honor.
And if you want to if you find that insufficient and you get an attorney, or you want to file a motion for more and can justify it, I don't know. All I know is that's what you asked for. I gave it to you in total.
I was not asked to sign.
I'm not going to go, now you're showing up wanting to surprise him and wanting more. The answer is not today.
Your Honor,
today,
it was
ma'am.
not informed. Your Honor, I was not informed to you by my soon-to-be former attorney that my bank account was garnished by a company that the father of my children did not pay. I did not know this. It was garnished about $3,000 from the income tax. And I wish to have that money also, please, because my
Ma'am,
children and I need
here's
the money
point.
desperately.
I think, here, stop. I want to make it very clear. When motions are filed, and these are preliminary motions, this is not the trial, but when motions are filed, I look at the motion, I look at what is submitted, and these preliminary decisions are made. You asked for 5,000. I gave you 5,000 between now and the trial date, just like you asked for. If there's some failure, you have the right to request either a rehearing or file a supplemental motion or something else. I don't know. All I'm telling you is that I don't have the authority just to start doing whatever I want whenever I want. That's an abrogation of my
Understand.
responsibility. I gave you every penny of what you
understand.
essentially asked for. So, just to restate the order, should be paid $5,000. It is intended to be support between now and the trial date. That will be paid within 30 days. Additionally, the child support at $200 a month will continue additionally. Mr. Page is allowed to withdraw. He will provide an accounting of the attorney's fees to date. The balance will be turned over to any attorney substituting in for the plaintiff.
Your Honor, this is Ms. Roberts. Can I draft the order since I will have to release the funds from my IOLTA account? Okay, can I submit that today absent Mr. Page's signature, Your Honor, just so we can get it?
Mr.
I don't
Page's
wanna-
signature isn't required. Send it over.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The minutes will go.
I'll do it.
Your Honor, $500 from a stimulus check. Ms. Roberts has declined to give me that money for the children.
It's not before me, ma'am. Sorry. It's not what you understand it's a court of law. I don't allow people to ambush each other and surprise each other with a bunch of arguments that they haven't put in their papers. That's I reviewed the papers, made the decision. That's all I can do today. My strong suggestion
sorry,
is
Your
you
Honor.
get an attorney who
That's-
can explain this to you.
That's how Ms. Roberts works. I thought I can do the same thing. Thank you, Your Honor.
We're done.